Hello and welcome back to Killing Floor 2. So today we are doing the weekly challenge, which I don't remember the proper name, but everything explodes. All the Zeds when they die will explode in varying size explosions. Everything that isn't a Scrake, Bloat, or Flesh Pound is a small explosion, and then those three are big explosions. Past that, it's actually pretty straightforward. And 2 commandos, 2 SWATs, a demo. Alright, this is actually... well, this isn't even that hard of a challenge, to be honest. It takes a moment, that's it. It's really simple because it's just, if you see a guy, stay away. Hell, honestly, just melee hit him and stumble him back a bit. And that essentially completes the whole thing. And yeah, like, here's a great area because we can just funnel every enemy. The part that sucks is, even though these guys will... they're immune to the explosions of others. So even though, you know, these guys are getting killed, they're exploding next to each other, they're not bothered by it. Which kind of sucks because it makes dealing with them a little more difficult. Granted, not too difficult, it's just hard mode, essentially. Hard mode with extra explosions. Man, I really want to get to level 25 for my medic. Because then I can do a healing cloud, or I can hit guys and do massive poison damage, which I honestly have no idea whether that's actually good or not. That's one of the funny things, is in all my time playing, I rarely see level 25 players, probably because they're busy trying to get their other perks leveled up. And this is the one time, you know, taking out harder or stronger perks is actually a thing. Other than trying to play on, like, Hell on Earth, but I feel like whenever you're trying to play on Hell on Earth, it's kind of a good luck finding a full room. Especially on not PC, on PS4, where we don't have... we just don't have the people. I mean, flat out, we just don't have the numbers, we don't have the bonus of being like, hey, we're gonna do a custom map. Because that's what really kept me going for Killing Floor 1 and really extended the life of that game, was I could sit there, do a normal map, have my fun, but then I could turn around and find, you know, some really goofy maps. Like one of them, I think I might have mentioned it in a previous video, had Stargates from Stargate SG-1, and you could actually run through them and it would teleport you to a different part of the map. And it was just a really cool design. And there was other little interesting maps people did. There was shooting ranges to test out weapons. I'm trying to think what other ones. There was so many that I just kind of forget them all. And I would really like to have something that isn't my pistol right now. Like anything, honestly. It's a shame I was a couple bucks short for the... whatchamacallit, the SMG, because that would have been at least more doable than trying to run this. Or if an ammo box would spawn, that'd be fantastic. Ooh, that door is welded to explode. But yeah, you can see this challenge is not that much of a difficult thing. And like, I have this gold armor, and that was the last challenge I did. And that one, every enemy got more health, further reach, and dealt more damage the more they were under the effects of any other Z ability or player, or they hit a player. So that one was a challenge. Especially when you get, you know, a gore fast. Man, I'm just drawing blanks, I'm too focused. But you get a gore fast that would run in, and they'd go against, you know, your berserker, do their little helicopter spin, and in an instant go from, you know, a normal sized enemy to just ginormous. But their head will remain the same, so they got that crazy, like, it's essentially like the gym body, or the prison body where you skip leg day, but give them a really tiny head. Kind of like, if you ever saw the old, I think it came out late 80s, early 90s, the Super Mario Brothers movie. God-awful movie, but I love it because it's part of my childhood. But the Goombas, how they're essentially dudes with their ugly-ass, weird, tiny heads, it's essentially that. Man, now I want to watch that again. Or the super old Super Mario Bros. Cartoon, where Mario had like, it wasn't even like, it's a me, Mario! It's like super gruff, smoked for 15 years while serving in Vietnam style Mario. It was, God, that was so bad. Honestly, early 90s and like shows that started in the late 80s, early 90s, what the hell? Seriously, that was really bad. There was the Legend of Zelda cartoon, which was equally awful. Also, oh, and the Sonic cartoon. Man, why were we really fixated on cartoons based on video games? Now that I'm thinking about it, like, that was a weird time. Oh, or I swear to God, I thought I had the Mandela effect going on for at least 5 years of my life, which I realized until recently was actually incorrect, because no one I knew of and no one I spoke to had ever heard of Beetleborgs. And I thought, for some reason, I had like hallucinated that, or was some weird fever dream that happened when I was a child. Because I'd be like, yo, you remember that? And people were like, no, what the hell is that? And finally a friend of mine's like, yeah, I remember that. And I'm thinking, oh, thank God I didn't hallucinate that, or some weird fever dream.
Perfect. Pod is open again. Let's get you restocked. Bring up the trading controls and upgrade your gear.
And I feel like I have to explain that the Mandela effect is when it's a theory that you somehow either perceived a alternate reality or you slipped into one. Kind of like how there's the Bernstein Bears and some people think it's EIN at the end, or like AIN, and people remember it differently. Though, that one's at least a little believable because everybody's childhood's hazy as shit. But like, it comes from people believing that Nelson Mandela was dead when he was just alive. That one's a bit more goofy. But then again, anything you forget that some people think is the same thing could honestly, people would chalk up to Mandela effect. Which, I don't know, calling it an effect seems weird. I don't know, when I hear effect, I think of, like, something we can certify as happening. instead of being like, well, it's essentially on the same level as like Ghosts, Bigfoot, and like the Yeti, where we're not totally sure, but some people say it's a thing, so we're gonna say it's a thing. See what I mean though? This fight is really basic. Just hide somewhere, shoot them, and don't let them touch you. And I already did this fight not even an hour ago, but it didn't give me my rewards, so I think it's because I started on like wave 2, and I know how this game likes to be, where it's like, oh, you started a wave in, well, now we can't give you your rewards because you didn't complete a full mission, even though killing like 50 clots shouldn't be the deciding factor, like, nah, you didn't contribute enough. Disregard the fact you kept half your team alive and killed the boss. Nah, dem clots were the cincher for it. It's really bad at times. That's something I find funny is, like, you go on to the Steam forums for this game, and there's so many people who are sitting there like, how the hell is this game this buggy? And, like, why is it this bad when the studios had years to make it? And I think part of why it's so, like, janky is because the differences between this and original Killing Floor are honestly enormous. Like, how they did the spawning, how they've done weapon progression and perk progression, and even little things like rewards and challenges, all of it adds up and makes the game just different enough and just odd enough that they might be trying to make it the same way they would make Killing Floor 1, and because they're trying to shoehorn these new things in, it doesn't play well with each other, like the components don't. Or maybe they've had, they've had layoffs, they've had to bring in new talent that hasn't been, fully vetted, so they're, using guys that honestly may suck. There may be people who don't know what they're doing, there might be people who, lied on their resume, there might be people who, they're like, yeah, I can do this, but in reality, they only can kinda do something. It'd be like if I was like, yeah, I can totally use, like, SQL. Well, I know what SQL is. Doesn't mean I know how to do anything with it. You can say you know tons of stuff, but in reality, knowing it and understanding it are two vastly different things. Someone is saying maybe something? I don't know. Can I just... Yeah. Honestly, I just mute everybody when people talk, because 9 times out of 10, it's people who, and I love this, they plug their mic in and then don't use it. So you just hear echo, or you'll be playing, and you'll just hear like dude be like, "Nah, I want a cheeseburger. No, I don't want Wendy's. Go to McDonald's." It's like, dude, unplug your damn mic. Or you get the team DJ. The guy who's like, yo, I'm gonna start playing my entire, like, SoundCloud rap discography that I've made, and you're going to like it. You're just sitting there thinking, please don't. I paid too much for the online service and this game to have to be subjected to this crap. And the thing too with the party DJ is you never have them, like, they never play good music.
Someone turn on the sun. I need to make some money.
Oh my god, where are these guys? Are they just like they're wandering in like one at a time? See, I love that. They do all this stuff like, oh yeah, you can, no matter where you hold out, the enemy will spawn in. Not really. Like, there are still areas of the map where you can hold out just wholeheartedly and not have a problem. And that kind of throws me off, honestly. Or I love when you have the, yes, finally hit 25, you get the clots who spawn from, like, the manholes, and they pop up and wave their arms around, they're like, hi, I'm here to party, and then you just shoot them, and they're like, oh, Jesus, and then they die instantly. And the whole, like, kind of spits out the lower half of them. Because it's actually a solid hole. That's always funny.
Really shredded that flesh bound back there. Impressive.
Broken day for a broken world. Wonder if we can fix it.
Freezing my nads off out here.
And when I think about it, recording videos for YouTube seems like, if you took it completely out of context, it honestly seems like I just have like rampant schizophrenia. Because I'm just sitting here talking to an inanimate object for, depending on how long I feel like recording for a day, up to a couple hours of just me sitting here playing video games, just like, yeah, totally, to no one. Just totally normal.
I have to power down the pod.
Sure. We're not done here. Stay sharp. How are we all doing for that?
Time's up. Go kill some Zeds.
Oh yeah, I sold my gun. Damn. Probably should have kept that for now and just used it. Oh well. I'm not one of those thinking kind of people. Not really a doing kind either. I'm just kind of a person.
Crap, it's dark out.
And even then I kind of question it. Yeah! My level 25 power of radiating fart clouds whenever we go into Z time is kicking in. Such a funny ability. Like, you don't think about it. It's like when you would design it, it's like, oh yeah, he just like radiates a cloud of, you know, healing stuff, and it's totally fine. Then once you let the community get their hands on it, it's just like, yep, it's a fart cloud. And it kind of is, like, it's positioned, like, from the waist down, and essentially it's positioned from the waist down, and that kind of generates the fart jokes unto itself. It's poisonous to zombies. Oh, I can't heal myself off it. I guess I can understand why you can't heal yourself off the cloud, because that would be insanely broken. fun, but still broken. Still, it doesn't necessitate switching over, because the other ability... What is it? I get... When I'm in Z time and I shoot a target, they're slowed 30% and take, quote here, massive poison damage. I don't know how much massive is. I mean, that's kind of like using hella as a unit of measurement. Or fuck ton. Either way, I don't know what that is. Is that part of the metric system? The imperial system? What is that in correlation to 1 AU? Like, I don't know. That's honestly one of the things that really kind of makes me not want that ability. Just because I don't know what massive is. If it was, you know, 300% your weapon damage, I'd say, okay, you know, I know how much it is. But then again, that would be broken, because then if it's any weapon you're holding, you could just, like, switch over to an RPG, so it would have to be your medic weapon, and then it would just essentially tell people, get the assault rifle and use that, unless it go... Then it would raise the question of, if you're using the shotgun, is it damage per pellet or overall damage? And this just leads into way too many things. It should just be flat. It does like 4K damage, the end.
Bonjour. Come and get your tools of trade.
Because I am reading way too much into a question that doesn't need to be answered.
There's Zeds on the scope.
Come on.
Must close the pod very
Let me heal someone for $5.
Glad you made it back. Don't bleed on
Anybody?
anything.
No. I just need to heal one person for $2. Oh well.
I used to tell Sophie these places.
Time's almost up. Vite.
Ah, I can't even pick up a SMG. Nah, I don't even care.
Pod's closed. Go make a difference.
You know, I feel like this cloud just... It's not useful unless I'm being surrounded, or there's, like, just all my team standing next to me. Except if I can get close and trigger that, then I'm just hurting myself, which is pretty moot. Oh god, Gorilla Grodd! They really should have had a challenge or something. Nah, they couldn't because it's not the skin. Oh, but they could reintroduce it for the event, but have, like... Because they have a Flesh Pound challenge, they should have one that's just all Scrates with that, with this event skin on, and just call it, like, Damn Dirty Apes. I mean, come on, it writes itself. So many enemies. That's what kinda sucks, is because the enemies scale based on the number of players. If I go like low player count, I'm good. I can fight only a handful of dudes and I'm done. But if I'm going, you know, full team hard mode, it is just dude after dude. And it gets so tiring. Especially when you kill all the spawn Zeds, and then it takes a second to load or like spawn more in, so you're just waiting patiently. And even then they don't use that spawn point, which I think is a spawn point. Perfectly good spawn point, but I rarely see guys drop from it.
Dispatch out. Nice work. We can reopen the trading pods.
I'm not even paying attention, but do I make money off healing these guys when I have my ability proc? Because that'd be pretty sweet, because that's free cash. Yes I do. Sweet. Effortless money. Granted, it was $1.
You have a big battle coming up. This equipment is an investment. A good day's work and everyone survived.
And boss?
Come and
Boss.
get your tools of trade.
Boss, please.
We all still with it?
Honestly, we should just wait here. I'm gonna be so butthurt if it's the Patriarch, though.
Enemies on the scope.
Because
I'm feeling generous.
2 commandos,
Where's the action gone?
a SWAT, a sharpshooter, and a demo is not gonna do well.
What's a girl got to do for money?
Not even like
Tasteless
Who's got
displays
spare
of wealth.
considering like me too.
Is this
Last chance.
I'm a medic, I just
I have to power
heal
down the
people.
pod.
Money.
Take my $57. That's all I have.
true? Blood is thicker than water.
Break time's over. Get back to work. More Zeds inbound.
Yay, Volter, he's easy.
What? You are disturbing me.
It's kind of funny too. They've hinted at the the matriarch for I think over a year now, and we have not heard, or at least I haven't heard squat regarding it. Which I'd really like to, you know, find out if we're gonna ever get the matriarch as a boss. Granted, the design seemed kind of wonky because it was like it's essentially D.Va from Overwatch, where it's just a person in a giant robo suit. And it's like, that's kind of cool, but in a way, that's just a chunky version of Volter. Like, I don't know. Who knows, maybe sometime down the line we're gonna get the matriarch and it'll be dope. Okay, maybe we should get outside. Because this is really ugly, trying to hold out in here. No worries, I'll just walk behind you. Continue. Ah, leave me alone. Just trying to be all patient and just wait in line behind him, but no. Love of God, healing darts. I feel like this might be kind of a stupid question, but I wonder if this marksman knows you can shoot the the railgun without a lock-on. I mean, I assume he does, but it's just one of those things where you don't even think about it existing. Like, I went months not knowing it had that. I just noticed one day when I hit the switch fire modes, and it's like, oh yeah, you can do this. And I was sitting there like, what? I can do that? Why don't you properly illustrate that? Yeah, he's dead. that went a lot easier than last time.
Here you go, pal.
Yay.
Money people.
How's that?
And do I get my reward? No. Alright, whatever. Well, that's all for now. Thank you for watching. If you like what I do on this channel or in this video, please make sure to hit the like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you in the next one.